Hello everyone, I'm Siddhant. Today we are taking the chapter number 10, that is Union Budget. Before understanding the questions, we will first learn the basics of this topic. Now we will understand this topic with the tree, which is here. Okay, the Union Budget is nothing but the accounting of the total expenditure of the government and total revenue that earns by the government. So it's just a component, it's just a accountancy of the total receipts and the total expenditure. So union budget is divided between into the receipts and the expenditure. What do you mean by receipts? Whatever the government earns, and what is the expenditure, what is the government spends. So receipts are of two type: revenue receipt and the capital receipt, and expenditure are of two type: revenue expenditure, capital expenditure. Now we will see the example of all those and then we will understand the things. If we talk about revenue receipt, and first, before taking the example, we will understand that what's the difference between the revenue and the capital. Revenue is also known as the current. As in the previous videos, we have learned that I have let you understand the difference between the current and the capital. If, for example, if you buy a car, that is a capital expenditure of yours, and if you buy petrol for that car, that is a revenue expenditure. And if you take a household example, that if you buy a house, that is a capital expenditure that you are doing. Why is it capital? Because you are creating an asset. But if you apply the paint on your house, that is not a capital expenditure, that is a revenue expenditure, because you are not creating an asset out of it, out of the expenditure you are doing. So this is the difference between the revenue or current and capital. I hope you are understanding. Now we will take the example that revenue receipt. Receipt means income. How the government is in how the government income runs. If we take the revenue receipt, then through tax the revenue is generated to the government. And if we take the capital receipt, how the government earns money while disinvesting. For example, the government is going to disinvest in some of the companies, so they will earn some money, so that is also a part of the income of the government. So this in the capital receipt, this disinvestments or loans taken by the government is the example of capital receipts. Now if revenue expenditure, what is the example of the revenue expenditure? The salary they paid to the government employees is the revenue expenditure. And the capital expenditure, the purchase of the Rafale aircraft, is the example of the capital expenditure. I hope you are understanding. Now we will see a very good thing. We will see a trick, though it is not very important for the exam point of view. But if they ask questions, like they will give something like they said that tax comes under what bracket, under which one among these. So how can you answer? I'm giving you the trick. For example, it's a revenue receipt. Whenever there is a talk about the revenue receipt, and if we are taking tax as an example, and we will understand that with tax how can we find the trick. For example, the revenue receipt example is tax. The government take tax from us. Is any liabilities creation done? The liabilities is created only when there is a loan taken by the government. Tax is not a loan, so no liabilities creation done in the revenue receipt. So another thing, that either of this or this, if any of these is satisfied, then it is called a revenue receipt. If none satisfied, then we can't say that it's a revenue receipt. And the another parameter is that no reduction in the assets. Whether taking tax from us, the government is taking tax, whether any reduction in the assets takes place? No. Unlike capital expenditure, where the government disinvest in the company, there is a reduction in the assets. But in the revenue receipt, there is no reduction in the assets. And if you take capital expenditure, if you take the example of the disinvestment, whether decrease in the assets takes place? Yes. In the disinvestment, we used to sell their company and then we get money from that. So decrease in the assets takes place. And if you take the example of the loans in the capital receipts, whether there is an increase in the liabilities? Yes, the government is taking loans, then there is an increase in the liabilities. So this is a trick that I find while reading this topic, and which can be very helpful to understand whether something is belongs to the whether it is belong to any of them, we can find through the trick. So whenever there is an either there is an increase in the liabilities or decrease in the assets, then we can call it a capital receipt. And either where no liabilities creation takes place or no reduction in the assets, then it is a revenue receipt. I hope you are understanding. Similarly, for the revenue expenditure, when no decrease in the liabilities or no assets created, then it's a revenue expenditure. For example, salary. Now we will check with the trick. Salary, whether there is a decrease in the liabilities. No, salary is not the liability of the government, so there is no decrease in the liability in this case. No assets created. And whenever the government gives salary, whether the assets created, no, so both the conditions or either of them is satisfied, then it is a revenue expenditure. Now we will see the capital expenditure. For example, they are buying Rafale. So is there any assets creation? Yes, the asset creation is done. So asset creation is one of the criteria of the trick. Either this or this should be satisfied. As Rafale, when they buy Rafale, the asset creation takes place, or when there is a decrease in the liabilities, then it is called a capital expenditure. Can you give the example of the decrease in the liabilities? Yes, if the government repay back the loans, then it's a decrease in the liabilities. Then we can say that yes, this is a capital expenditure. Now we get the basics. Now we will move into the questions. First question: net tax revenue components are. So as we know that the government gains tax, so whatever the tax the government is getting, for example, all the tax that government is central government got, that is a gross tax. And when we subtract the state's share from all the taxes that central government got, and all the shares of the NCCF or any cess or education fund, anything, then whatever we got, that is a net tax revenue. So in this question, net tax revenue components are: gross tax revenue, yes; national calamity contingent duty, yes; other cess or duties, yes; C, state shares, yes. So option is D here in this question. Next question: capital receipts is equal to. Whenever this type of questions are asked, whenever they in the question itself they said about the capital receipts, capital expenditure, revenue receipt and revenue expenditure, just remember this graph. Just bring the graph and solve the questions. Now capital receipt is equal to. Now we will see that where is the capital receipt. This is receipt, capital receipt. Now capital receipt is equal to debt and non-debt. So the option is B. And with the concept, we can also understand how can the debt and the non-debt, what is the example of the debt and the non-debt. In the non-debt, disinvestment, as we have learned, that disinvestment comes under non-debt, because here the government is not taking any loan, it is just selling its assets, already having some assets and it is selling, so it comes under non-debt. And in the debt, it is taking loans, so the example of the capital receipt. So with that, we are giving the answer B. Now if we get confused, if you want to check some items belongs to the which particular part of that, for example here, external grants. So you if I ask you that external grants belongs to which part, whether it is a revenue receipt, whether it's a capital receipt, revenue expenditure or capital expenditure. Now here comes the trick that I have given you. Now we will see that what is external grants. So what do you mean by external grants? So if any other government like United States of America gives some grants to the countries, now let's say they are giving grants to India, some 100 crore of rupees, and that grant is free of cost. They are neither charge any money, and they will not, and India is not bound to give these amount again to the United States of America. So it's a grant. Now we will see on which part it belongs to. First, it's a question of the capital receipts. We will check the capital receipts, whether external grants comes under the capital receipts or not. So the trick is increase in the liabilities. So if the India is accepting these grants, is there any liabilities on the Indian government? No. So this criteria fails. Decrease in the assets. Whether if the government of India accepts this grant, whether there is any decrease in the assets? No. Rather assets is increasing here. So this criteria is also wrong. Now this external grants is nothing but an income, so we will check the income part only. Now we will see if we come to know that it not comes under capital, so automatically it will come under revenue. Now we will check with the trick that whether it comes under revenue or not. No liabilities creation, yes, on the first, either of them should be the condition, either of them should be followed. So only, so here the first one itself followed. Now no need to check the second one, but you can also check the second one, it will also comply. So no liabilities creation when the external grants come, so this is true, so it comes under the revenue receipt. I hope you are understanding. I'm giving you a big concept and very good trick to understand the things. You will realize later how this is very important to you. Next question, total receipts in the central government budget is equal to, okay, whenever this type of questions, I said you, whenever this type, that total receipts, capital receipts, revenue receipts, just comes to the graph. Now total receipts in the central government budget, what is that receipt? This is receipt, it is asking total receipt. So total receipt comprises of revenue receipt, capital receipt. Now we will see the options. Here the revenue receipt, capital receipt, so it is happening in all the four. Now how can we find that what is the correct answer? The answer is B. So drawdown of the cash balance. So what is that drawdown of the cash balance? For example, in 2019 the government set aside some amount of money to do the expenditure, but total amount did not expend, did not consumed, so the rest amount will be given to the next year. So whenever it is given to the next year, it is called as the drawdown of the cash balance. So option B is the right answer. Next questions, part of non-planned revenue expenditure. So okay, now it is asking revenue expenditure. We will see the tree. What is revenue expenditure? Expenditure, revenue. So this one. Now we will see the questions. Part of non-planned revenue expenditure. Okay, first we will see that revenue expenditure are of two type, the planned and the non-planned. As the name suggests, planned, that it is already planned at the time of making budget, as the budget of whole year is made just at the starting itself. So we don't know that in future what will happen, like in this pandemic corona happens. Now the government has to set aside some amount to do the expenditure on the corona, so that is non-planned, that comes under non-planned. But there is lots of things that comes under the planned. Now the question is non-planned revenue expenditure. Here the option H is the right one, that is A, B, D, F, I is the planned one. Now we will see one by one and see why they are planned and why they are non-planned. For example, A, subsidies. So you are giving a subsidies, and all the subsidies depends on the how much intake is taken by the consumers or how much is the production done. So subsidies depends on that, so it is non-planned. So we cannot plan because it depends on the future intake. Option B, assistance to the states from the NCCF, National Contingency Climate Fund. Assistance to the states. Okay, the NCCF contribution decides how much amounts goes to the states. So this is also non-planned because we don't know how much is the collection in that NCCF. Option C is loans to the public sector enterprises. It is planned because in the starting itself it is decided that which companies needs how much amount of money and how to expand that company. It is decided itself at the starting, so it's a planned. Postal deficit, you must remember that this is non-planned. Okay, this one is planned. Loans to the state is planned one because at the starting itself it is decided that which state will get how much percentage of the money. Next, interest payments and the prepayment premium. We cannot decide at the starting that how much interest we need to pay. Like in this corona, the government has to take more loans. Now the interest depends on the how much loans the government took. Next option, loans to the foreign government. Okay, this one is also planned one because at the starting they decided that how much they are going to give to which countries. Grants given by the government, so this is non-planned because we do not know how much grants in future we will give to the other countries. For example, in this corona, the government of India is contributing a lot to the neighboring countries like Mauritius, Maldives, Seychelles or Bangladesh. They distributed free N95 mask and that medicine, HCQ medicines and all. Now we will see the next question. This one is the concept, we will take it later. We will see the questions first. net RBI credit to the central government is the sum of. Okay, what do you mean by net RBI credit? Okay, as we know that the RBI gives credit to the central government to run the government. So on what basis or on what tools the RBI gives money to the central government? Is it treasury bill? Yes, through treasury bills the RBI gives credit to the central government. Is it dated securities? Yes, through dated securities also the RBI gives money to the central government. Through rupee coins? Yes, through that also. And D, loans and advances to the central government from the Reserve Bank of India adjusted for the center's cash balance with the RBI. So here the option all of the above, because through loans and advances to the central from the Reserve Bank of India adjusted for the center's cash balance with the RBI. This one is done by the ways and the means advances by the Reserve Bank of India. That's it with the questions. Now we will understand this concept. Now, what is FD? FD is not that fixed deposit, it's a fiscal deficit. So, fiscal deficit, you must know that it's a difference between the fiscal deficit is equal to total expenditure minus total revenue is the difference, that is the fiscal deficit. And there is another concept, primary deficit. When from the fiscal deficit the interest part, whatever the government has taken loan, when the interest part is subtracted, that is the primary deficit we can find. And next, revenue deficit, the revenue receipt expenditure minus the revenue receipt, that is the revenue deficit. What is the revenue deficit? Only the revenue part of the receipt and the expenditure is taken. Then the revenue expenditure minus revenue receipt, that is the difference, is the revenue deficit. And what is effective revenue deficit? When from the revenue deficit we subtract the component which creates assets. For example, the central government gives money to the states as a revenue receipt, as a part of the revenue expenditure, but through that expenditure the states made some building, so that creates an asset. So when that assets creation part is subtracted from the revenue deficit, that is a effective revenue deficit. So we have understood that fiscal FD, PD, RD, ERD. Now we will see GFD and NFD. We will just this is not much of very importance, but we will see the formula, so that if the formula asks, you can easily answer. Now this one, GFD is equal to the total expenditure plus loan servicing minus revenue receipt plus non debt capital receipts. This is the formula of the GFD. And and NFD can be found through GFD minus net lending, that is NFD. NFD stands for net fiscal deficit and GFD gross fiscal deficit. And another concept is the GPD NPD. GPD means gross primary deficit, it is a gross fiscal deficit minus interest payments. And net primary deficit is equal to net fiscal deficit, NFD, net fiscal deficit minus net interest payment. So just remember this formula. That's it. Thank you. Please subscribe and share the videos. Thank you.